Hey, welcome to number part 6. I hope you're enjoying all these presentations. We're going to go back and have a look at something that we did before. Have a look around the screen here. You've seen some of this before. Hopefully you've done some exercises with all these things. So the name of this presentation is Understanding Highest Common Factor and Lowest Common Multiple Better, aka also known as Getting Up Close and Personal with the Maths. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, let's have a look up here, something you did before. The highest common factor of 24 and 40. What did we do? We just listed out all the factors we could make up from natural numbers and then saw some overlap there. Hey, I wonder if there's a better way. I wonder if there's a mathematical way of actually constructing the highest common factor. We're over here, the lowest common multiple. Just keep multiplying the number by natural numbers until you get overlaps. Hey, that sounds to be a bit of a mechanical trial and error way, doesn't it, of finding the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple. Let's see if we can get up close and personal with the numbers and see what they are really made of. And of course, maths is fun if you can get up close and personal with it and actually see what's going on. So that's where these two come in. Do you see that? 600, breaking it down, we're really seeing down here what 600 is made up of in terms of prime factors. We might be able to compare numbers from those basic properties, I guess you'd say. Let's have a look now at doing the first one, 24 and 40, using, I suppose, an analytical approach. Let's analyse what makes up 24 and 40. So I'd like you to pause the presentation and just talk with the classmates, maybe a teacher, about what is the same and what is different between the numbers 24 and 40. There's a whole lot of stuff you might think of there. Okay, so pause the presentation. Okay, we're back. What'd you come up with? 24 and 40. Both composites, both even. What else is there? I don't know. Are there any common multiples? Common factors? What is the same? What is different? Let's have a look at the common factors and the lowest common multiple here of 24 and 40. Come over here and let's have a look at 24. We'll do a factor tree now. What do you think goes into 24? Well, I'll say 12 by 2. Okay, now 2 is prime, so we'll leave that there. Let's try and break down 12 again. Okay, we could go 6 and 2. Well, 2 is prime, so we'll leave that there. Factors of 6, 3 and 2. I think we've done it. Let's have a look now. 24 is 2. There's 1, 2. 2 2s. That's 2 cubed by 3. We've got 24 broken right down into its prime factors. See what really makes up 24. What about 40? Do you want to do this the other way? Should we do this the division way? Let's divide by the first prime, which is 2. 2's into 40 go 20 times. Let's keep with that prime, divide by 2. 2's into 20 go 10. Let's keep with that prime, divide by 2. 2's into 10 go 5. And then, of course, that's a prime. We've broken it down to its prime factors. So what is it? 2 cubed by 5. So now we can get up close and personal with these numbers. We can see they've got stuff in common. And let's do that first. What's the highest common factor? Now, going back to primes makes it easier to see. Let's go over here to 24. One of the factors is 2 cubed. The other is 3. This one over here has got 2 cubed and 5. So what is the highest common factor? 2 cubed. We've broken the number down into its prime factors and really analysed what makes that number up. Okay, lowest common multiple. Now, just let's revise that. A multiple. It's a natural number times the number. So what we've got to do is see what could we have as a common multiple between these two. Let's start with a 24. What do we need for it to be a multiple of 24? Well, we need at least 2 cubed by 3, 24 itself. What about a multiple of 40? We need 2 cubed, but hang on, we've already got that. And then we need a 5, don't we? So we're actually analysing the numbers and building our lowest common multiple. So let's say if we multiplied all this out, this of course was 8 up here. We multiplied this out, what do we get? 8 by 3 is 24, by 5 is 120. Okay, so do you get the idea? We're actually analysing the maths a little bit better than just writing down the factors or the multiples and seeing the overlap. Come down and do another one down here, one that we've done before. 6 and 8. A bit easy. 6 and 8. Let's have a look at 6 over here. 3 times 2. So 6 is 3 times 2. We'll usually put the smallest prime first. So it's 2 times 3. And what's 8? Doing it the same way, using a factor tree, 4 by 2. We'll leave the 2, it's prime. So here, 4 is 2 by 2. So 8 is 2 cubed, and 6 is 2 by 3. Well, let's compare these numbers and what makes them up, and say, well, what's the highest common factor? Well, we want something that is a factor over here, so it's got to be a 2 or a 3, and a factor here. And the biggest one that they've both got in common is 2, or 2 to the 1. Notice it's not 2 cubed, because 6 doesn't have enough 2's for that to be a factor. 2 cubed is 8. It's only got 1 2 here. Okay, let's look at the lowest common multiple. It's got to be big enough for both the numbers to go into. In other words, it's got to be a multiple of each of them. Let's start with this one over here. We need 2 by 3. And then over here, what extras do we need? Well, let's just write this out in full. It's 2 by 2 by 2. So actually we need 2 cubed. So we better make this 2 here 2 cubed. So we'll have the 2 necessary to make up 6, and the other 2 2's here to make up 8. All right, so our lowest common multiple will be 24. So we're actually constructing the multiples and the lowest common multiple and the highest common factor. Okay, you want to try some. I think it's important to get up close and personal with each number and compare them. Let's have a look now. So here are some that we did before. I want you to do every one of these using the construction method, if you like. Reduce the number of product to prime factors, and then construct the highest common factor and the lowest common multiple. All right, so pause the presentation, have a go at a few, but then toggle forward, because I'll show you the answers in a minute. Don't do too many without checking your answers. You could be getting them all wrong, mate. You don't want to practice the wrong method. Okay, so come down now and we'll look at the answers. There we have it. Hope you got them all right. You have to go back and check it all out if you didn't. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Can you get the idea now of really trying to find out what's going on, going up Huddy's hierarchy to that I see it level? So catch you in the next presentation. Cheers for now.